guys, welcome to today's video. Today is a tubing mascara throwdown. Plus, what is a tubing mascara? Why do we need a tubing mascara? And which is the best tubing mascara? Now that is really your choice. So we're going to see me putting on 6 different tubing mascaras, and you can kind of decide for yourself which one you like best for your lash goals. So recently I became interested in tubing mascara, and I did a little Google search, and I was surprised to find how many tubing mascaras are on the market. There are so many, in fact, that you could be using one now and you don't even know it, because a lot of companies don't really push the "this is a tubing mascara" thing. Like many women, I experienced difficulty with mascara, and I have from the first time I ever put mascara on. I was probably a teenager. Inevitably, 40 minutes later, an hour later, 2 hours later, it would all end up right here. Or maybe I got something that didn't do that, but it would flake, it would smudge, it would get all over the place. I grew to actually resent mascara. I felt like I needed it because my lashes were a little blonde and it helped to emphasize the shape of your eyes, but I didn't like wearing it. In fact, I went so far as to get my eyelashes colored. They were dyed dark brown or black in the 80s. I did that a couple of times, and it just, gave color to my full lash. They didn't make anything thicker. They didn't make anything longer per se, but they did, because it took away that blonde at the tips. But that was, a lot to go through. Mascaras have thankfully come a long way since then. The first mascara I fell in love with later on in years was the Hourglass Film Noir, which they don't make anymore. And it gave me a very natural look. It emphasized, it thickened a little bit, but it didn't look gloopy or too heavy, and it didn't smudge and it didn't flake, and I loved it. And now there are many, many mascaras that behave themselves, although there still are mascaras out there which do not. The problem now more is removing your mascara. You guys, I recognize that what I'm about to say sounds a little nuts, but I don't want to buy a product just to remove my mascara. I don't know why. And the ones that I've tried, they are a little irritating to me, and they oftentimes are oily, and then I have cloudy vision for 20 minutes, and I know that cannot be good for my eyes. There's no way that's good for my eyes. I tend to soak micellar water on a pad, and I just kind of really let it sit, and then I'll open my eyes and get it under the lash and really not be aggressive. But there are times when I think it's all gone, and when I wake up in the morning, I look a little bit like a raccoon. So it's not really doing it. Enter tubing mascaras. So what is a tubing mascara? Tubing mascaras have polymers in them that tube around each individual lash. So tubing mascara wands look a little bit different than regular mascara wands. It's really important when you use a tuber to start right at the lash line and do a lot of wiggling so you're able to catch every single lash. Whereas regular mascaras are pigment and wax, which I didn't know until I researched this video. Totally explains why they smudge. Now, where did tubing mascara come from? Just a little FYI, because I love that. Tubing mascara, as far as I can tell, and there is contrary information online, but I'm going with what I think to be the truth, was an innovation of Japanese cosmetic industry in the late 80s. In fact, I remember seeing 2 videos, I feel almost certain, one from Lisa Eldridge and one from Mary Greenwell, where within the body of it, it was a full makeup look. They were using this kind of mascara, although at the time, I don't think they called it tubing mascara. What it was really known for, I think, more than anything, and I could be wrong, is that they came off really easily with a splash of warm water. And one of the mascaras, I think, was called 30 degrees, as in Celsius, or 30 Celsius, I guess, because degrees is Fahrenheit, right? I'm not sure. Because that's the temperature of the water that you need in order for these to just fall off. And that's the whole point, you guys. The first time I wore one of these, I went to my doctor's office, and he wanted to see what my progress was. So they wanted to take my makeup off, my sunscreen, my tinted sunscreen, whatever I was wearing. and they wanted to use an alcohol wipe. And you know me, do you mind if I just wash my face in the sink? Which I did. I didn't put the soap around my eyes because I never do, but when I looked into the sink, which is flat, where my home sink is more curved, so I guess I never noticed it at home, I saw these little spider legs. I'm like, oh my God, this really works. My lashes were soft and clear of any product, and I really like this idea. The only problem with tubing mascara is this. A lot of women like that false eyelash look. A lot of women like to put on 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. But I have to tell you, you guys, in real life, I don't run into women who are wearing a ton of makeup. I live in Los Angeles, and I know that there are people who believe everyone in Los Angeles is beachy and spends their time at the beach and doesn't wear any makeup. I don't think that's true. There probably are cities where more makeup is worn, but I wonder if this tons of mascara and even false eyelashes and even that other eyelash thing they get where, you know, they glue them in and they stay on for a long time and then they fall off is really popular, but they're they're not a great look if you want something a little bit more subtle. Now for me personally, I like a subtle looking eyelash. Your lash dreams, your lash goals may be different than mine. You may like big, huge, fluffy, false eyelashes, tons of mascara, that whole look, but maybe once in a while you just want a little something. You just want to make it look like you do have lashes, but you're not doing a big look. You're just going to run an errand or whatever the case may be. So I think for people like me, this is a fantastic alternative. And for people who don't always do a big look, this might be a nice alternative. There are definitely people out there who do big look every single day, where they go to the grocery store with their false eyelashes on or with 5 layers of mascara. And that's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just pointing out who this might be good for and what the cons are, because you only put on 1 layer of this. You don't build it, and it's not going to give you those boom eyes, but it's going to save your eyelashes. So let's go over a few points before we begin. 1, I didn't tightline on any of these days, so you could get a better idea of what the mascara looks like, but I did do these while I was doing other looks, and I cut away to do my mascara and came back. So I am wearing eyeshadow for many of these, but you'll see I'll close my eyes, I'll turn to the side, I'll open, so you can get an idea of what they look like, but just FYI. I ordered all of these except for the Victoria Beckham, which I already owned, for this video. So they were all fresh when I did it, and I've done it actually over the last couple of months. So you'll notice the light in one of them, I look like I'm a redhead. That's because the light was really bad. But yeah, some of these looks you might recognize as being, wow, that was 3 months ago. Yes, it was. Now, before we get started, I want to tell you what I'm wearing today, and I'm loving it. It's really hard for me to say which one is my favorite because sometimes I put one on that impressed me before and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Today I put on the Sept and I'm thinking, yes, it is so pretty. I am wearing eyeshadow and I am doing tightline, but just showing you what I have here. And you will see the Sept on another application, but today I thought, holy moly, I really like this. Also, you should know I did not use an eyelash curler. I do have lift to my eyelashes, and stay tuned to the very end of the video after my sign off. I have got screenshots of every single lash look with the eyes open and the eyes closed, the opposite of what I just did, and I'm laying them out next to each other with the names of the mascaras, so you can take a little screenshot yourself and take a closer look if you're in the market for a tubing mascara. And again, we all have different goals and different dreams for our eyes, so I really don't want to say this is my favorite, that is my favorite. I'm just going to show it to you, explain what the wand looks like, and you can decide for yourself, although I might come to a conclusion for myself. We'll see. Alright, let's get into it. First, I did the L'Oreal Double Extend. This just like you would think, has two wands. One is a primer and one is the mascara. It's the only one I've seen that has both of them. The wand looks more traditional. It's cone shaped, it looks a little bit fluffy, and it's a little bit bigger than others I've seen for Tubing Mascara. So first I went on with the primer, then I went on with the mascara. I thought the look was pretty. I thought the look was average. It wasn't stupendously long or thick, which makes me wonder, why exactly do they have the primer? But if you're looking to try out a tubing mascara before you buy something high-end, or if you think you're only going to wear tubing mascara once in a while, or if drugstore is your budget, it's a good option. The MAC Extended Play Giga Black, I think is what it's called. This one is also cone-shaped, but it looks like the bristles are further apart than with the L'Oreal, as if the bristles were like pulled out like that. It also appears to be thinner than the L'Oreal. Now my lashes are slightly longer on your right, my left. And you can see, after I put it on my right eye with my eyes closed, my lashes look about the same length. So that's about how much length I'm actually getting. I think overall this is giving me a fuller lash and a longer lash. Again, it's not a gloopy, goopy, messy kind of look. But I guess I didn't tell you my lash goals. My lash goals are to look like I have more lashes than I do, or to be very soft looking. So let's say I have 1,000 eyelashes on each eye. I want to look like I have 3,000, or at least 2,000. I want to look like my lashes when I was younger. I used to have a double row of eyelashes. Oh, no more. But that's what I want. I want it to look soft, I want it to look real, and I want it to look like more, rather than having my lashes look thicker. And I wouldn't mind a little length. So those are my goals. I didn't get that here, but it's a really good look, and this really grabs onto the lashes well, and it works very, very well underneath the eyes. The Kevyn Aucoin Volume Mascara. This wand is thin and straight, so the circumference at the top is the same as the circumference at the bottom. It's another one that grabs on really well to your lashes, and I think the look is overall very pretty. I do feel that they look a little bit fuller, a little bit longer. I don't know if they make me look like I have more, but it's a solid look. And I think I wore this yesterday when I shot this the first time, and I really loved it. So that's kind of the thing for me, is I'll put it on, I'll revisit one of them and like, oh no, this is my favorite, every single time. It's almost never, meh, no, not really. The Sept Releve. So this is what I'm wearing today, and it looks a lot like the Kevyn Aucoin, where it is thin. It is the same straight circumference at the top, circumference at the bottom is the same, and the bristles look a little further apart. It grabs on really well, and when I put it on today, I was like, wow. I do wonder, with regular mascaras, if you get something, for instance, that's very wet, you kind of don't like it, your lashes kind of fall down, and after a couple of weeks it dries up and it gets to that sweet spot. I don't know that tubing mascaras work in the same way. If they start to change their formula a little bit and become better with time, like so many regular mascaras. But I putting it on today, I was kind of like, yeah, this one's my favorite. Thrive Cosmetics, this is the one everybody talks about, you guys. This is the one that is known for. This is a tubing mascara, where these others, I was surprised when I did a search. Tubing mascaras, I thought, oh, I think I knew the Victoria Beckham was. I didn't know Sept had one. I didn't know a lot of these brands had tubing mascaras. I may have known about the mascaras, but I didn't know they were tubers. But this company really pushed out, this is a tubing mascara. So this is cone-shaped, and the bristles appear to be closer together. Also, this is the only one, when I pulled it out, there was so much product on it. You'll see me pull out the wands on all of these and it looks like there's nothing there. So that's unusual. It makes me wonder if it has a different formula. Different formula or not, I don't think the look is any different than anything else that I've tried on. The lashes look about the same. And some people might say, but the price is better. Well, you can always go to the drugstore and get the L'Oreal, but Thrive Cosmetics you can't buy in store. You have to buy it online, and you have to buy it on their website, as far as I can tell. And if you're not buying anything else from them, you're going to be paying almost $8 for shipping, which to me raises the price. I'm well past that period of my life where I am seduced by, spend this much more and you get free shipping. Because I'm in fact spending that much more, I'd rather just not buy it or pay for shipping. So to me, it's kind of the same price as everything else until such time that they are in a retailer who offers free shipping or offers buying it in person. So that's just, my opinion. The Victoria Beckham, this wand is different than everybody else's because it's curved. Now, a curved wand is supposed to lift up your eyelashes. As you know, I didn't use an eyelash curler for any of these. I do have a little bit of lift, and if you are someone, by the way, who has lashes that do this or this, mine used to. I don't know what's going on. Maybe that's why you can see the skin under my eyes now, because my lid's kind of turned up. But this is supposed to help you with that kind of lift. I'd say the bristles are probably about the same distance as the Kevin Kwan and the Sept, but hard to tell because of that curve. Now for me, with the eyes closed, I think I can really see what I like about this. To me, my lashes look natural and they look soft, they look touchable, as opposed to kind of stringy. Do you know what I mean? It looks, when my eyes are closed, like I have more lashes. And another interesting thing, which I noticed when I was editing this B-roll, I don't look like what is in real life. In real life, my lashes are longer in the center. So some people, I guess, have the same length of lashes throughout. Maybe some have longer here, some would have longer here. I would imagine it's more common to have longer in the center. But when my eyes are closed, I feel like they're the same length all the way through. And I really like that look. I feel like this one gave me what I was looking for. Something soft. It looks like I have more lashes, a little bit longer, a little bit fuller, but overall makes me look like I have more. But then again, today I did the Sept and I thought, oh, I really like this. I feel like I'm getting a lot of length with this one. So you guys, it's up to you. Take a look at these pictures here at the end and do a little screenshot of your own if you want to, and decide for yourself. I'm going to keep on just playing with all of these. I have them now, so I may as well, and maybe I will come to a conclusion after using them more frequently, which really is giving me what I'm desiring. Or maybe it's just a mascara wardrobe. I feel like doing this today, I feel like doing that today. So that's just my experience, you guys. Anyway, I hope it was helpful to you, and I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart, and I'm wishing you good health.